So this is JAM 2021, question number 11 of the MCQ section. Monopoly canteen serves packed meals to two groups of consumers, group X and group Y. Okay, the demand for packed meals for X and Y are given by QX is this and QY is this, and P is the price per unit. Okay, the unit cost of producing each meal is 50, right? What is the value of P that maximizes the canteen's profit? Do this one. So this is a non-discriminating monopolist. I'll just write it here. This is a lamba question, so I'm just going to do it here. So this one is a just 1 second, so sorry. So this one is a non-discriminating monopolist. Now, non-discriminating monopolist meaning he will charge the same quantity and this he will charge the same price, sorry, in both the markets, right? So price is the same. So then what we'll do is we will, if there are two demand curves with QX and QY, so we'll add them up and we will take out one market demand curve. Okay, so in this case, this is QX is 200 minus 4P and QY is 300 minus P. Okay, so this is going to be 200 minus 4P plus 300 minus P is equal to Q. Okay, so that means 500 minus 5P is equal to Q. So we got the market demand curve. So now what we'll do is we'll profit maximize the market demand curve. So profit maximize karne ke liye we'll take it as 500 minus 5P. Sorry, we'll take it in terms of Q. So we will इसको Q के terms में ले आते हैं. Okay, so this will be 500 minus Q by 5 is equal to P. So then profit maximization would be 500 minus Q over 5 into Q minus 50 Q, because each meal costs 50 to produce. Okay, so we'll profit maximize this. So this is going to be 100 minus 2 by 5 Q minus 50 is equal to 0. So 50 is equal to 2 by 5 Q. So Q is equal to 250 by 2, which is 125. So if Q is 125, then what is P? So we can put P from here, and P will be 500 minus 125 by 5. Okay, so this is going to be 375 by 5, and this is going to come to how much? 75, right? Now, so usually this is the answer, right? But whenever you are doing this adding up, what we always will have to check is that ये जो price आया ना, you're getting a quantity, total quantity is 125, price is 75. That is what we are getting. Always to check, you have to put the price back here. Okay, so 75, that means QY is 225. QX is 200 minus 4 into 75. 4 into 75 is 300. So minus 100. So that means QY is 225 and QX is minus 100. So this is telling us that, so whenever you are, ये diagram I'm sure sir ने आपको कराया होगा. I'll just do it again here for clarity's sake. यहाँ पे बना देती हूँ, मैंने space ही नहीं छोड़ी. So diagram, when you add the, हम जब add करते हैं the market demand curve of two firms, जैसे इसकी अगर ये demand curve है, इसकी अगर ये demand curve है, तो the joint is actually this plus this, right? Now हम लोग ने assume कर लिया that the joint is just this section, right? we assume that the joint was this section, but ho sakta hai the joint was the upper section, na? So we don't check for that, right? So that is why, as a check, we have to make sure that we are not operating on the in this part of the market demand curve where only one market was being served, both the markets were not being served. So in this case, what we got was that because Q is negative in the first market, means the first market is not being served, only the second market is being served. So we will have to rework this entire question with serving only the one market. That means he will not choose to not serve in this market, he will only serve in this market. So QY is 300 minus P. So let's take that. So QY is 300 minus P. That means P is 300 minus Q. So the profit is going to be 300 minus Q into Q minus 50Q, and d pi by dq is equal to 300 minus 2Q minus 50 is equal to 0. So 150 minus 2Q is equal to 0. So Q is equal to 75. And did I make a mistake? Sorry, 250. 250 minus 2Q. So Q is equal to 125 and P will be 175. So the answer is 175. The answer is D, 175. Now question number 12 is a standard solo question. So if you put down the information, so Yt is going to be equal to Kt alpha Nt 1 minus alpha. And if you divide this by N, T for solo, you get small Yt is going to be equal to small Kt to the power alpha. All right. Now, it says that the population grows at the rate of G, and then suppose the population rate of growth increases to Gn prime. At the new steady state, the rate of output will grow at. So y is, so small y is equal to capital Y by capital N, and y dot by y is equal to capital Y dot by y minus n dot by n. Now y dot grows at the rate of k dot, which doesn't grow at steady state. So this is 0, and this is going to be y, capital Y dot by y, n dot by n grows at the rate g n prime. So that means y dot by y is also going to grow at the rate of g n prime. So the answer is g n prime, that is D.
IIT JAM 2021 question number 13. The utility from wealth. This is the utility function. The individual owns a risky asset that is equally likely to yield either 400 or rupees 900. So the expected value of this risky asset for the individual is as follows. Equally likely hai, to equally likely to get 400 or equally likely to get 900. So that gives me 1300 divided by 2, 650. This is my expected value. And my expected utility is basically half root over wealth, right? So root over 400 plus half root over 900. So this is basically 20 by 2 plus 30 by 2, which is 50 by 2, which is 25. Expected utility is 25. So what is the wealth that will correspond to the expected utility of 25? What is the certain wealth? Wealth is basically expected utility square. Remember, from the choice under uncertainty class that I have done, this is the von Neumann Morgenstern utility function. So 25 square is 625. So the certain wealth equivalent for this individual is 625 rupees. So anything lower than 625, instead of the lottery that I have in front of me, I will go for the lottery. Anything greater than equal to 625, I will go for the certain wealth. So the risk premium is basically the difference between the expected value and the certain wealth equivalent. That is 25. Answer is Bombay. Okay. IIT JAM 2021 question number 14. Let alpha 1 hat and alpha 2 hat be two independent unbiased estimator of the parameter alpha with the standard errors sigma 1 and sigma 2. Sigma 1 not equal to sigma 2, the linear combinations of alpha 1 hat and alpha 2 hat that yields an unbiased estimator with the minimum variance. सबसे पहले तो आपको ये देखना है कि are each of them an unbiased estimator? Just by putting in the values of alpha 1 hat and alpha 2 hat. दोनों का expectation will be alpha. So if I put दोनों as alpha, यहाँ पर भी दोनों as alpha, यहाँ पर भी दोनों as alpha, you have to just ensure that इसका summation is equal to alpha. ठीक है? You'll see that each one of them will be an unbiased estimator. ठीक है? अब आपको variance का बात करना है. So the variance for each of them is here. ठीक है? Now you can take examples. Just take an example of say sigma 1 is equal to 1, sigma 2 is equal to 2, or vice versa. ठीक है? Put in each of them क्या आ रहा है variance का value. You'll see that minimum variance will happen for option D. तो वो आंसर है. IIT JAM 2021 question number 15. Let X be a uniformly distributed random variable in 0 to B if the critical region for testing is H naught B equal to 2, alternative B not equal to 2. Critical region is X less than equal to 1 or X greater than equal to 1.9. Okay. Now, the probability of the critical region will be the type 1 error. That is what we need to find here. So 0 to 0.1, it is 0 to B, B is equal to 2. So 1 by B minus 0 plus greater than 1.9, 1.9 to 2. Okay, this is what I'll get. So 0.1 plus 0.1, 0.2 divided by 2, which is equal to 0.1. This is my answer, Bombay. IIT JAM 2021 question number 16. Let X be a uniformly distributed variable. Lowest value is A, highest value is B. The values of an independently drawn sample of size 5 from X are given by 1.3, 0.8, 9.5, 20.2, 8.2. The lowest value will be the maximum likelihood estimator of A, and the highest value will be the maximum likelihood estimator for B. So 0.8 and 20.2, that is my answer, A.
Okay. So for this question, firstly, the firm is going to be a price taker. So price is going to be equal to MC and cost is QI square. So marginal cost is 2QI. So price is equal to 2QI because price is equal to MC and I belongs to 1 and 2. And the other thing in this question is going to be that both the firms are going to be identical. So if both the firms are identical, then in the answer we're always going to have Q1 is equal to Q2. Okay, so in this case we will always get Q1 is equal to Q2. So that means the price, so if we put Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q. So price is equal to 2Q, right? And Q1 is equal to 2, Q2 is also equal to Q. So then what we can do is we can use P is equal to 100 minus Q right here. So then we can use P is equal to 100 minus Q because दोनों हमें पता है. So P is 2Q and isko let's write it as total quantity so we don't make a mistake here. So this is total quantity. This is 100 minus Q. So it should be 100 minus Q1 minus Q2. Total quantity should be Q1 plus Q2. So we can replace it as 100 minus Q minus Q. So we can replace it as 2Q is equal to 100 minus 2Q is equal to 4Q is equal to 100. So Q is equal to 25. So basically this would mean that Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to 25 and capital Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2, which is going to be equal to 50. So Q1 plus Q2 agar 50 hai, so price is going to be 100 minus Q, which is going to be 100 minus 50, which is going to be 50. So total price and total quantity is going to be 50, and Q1 and Q2, small q1 and small q2 will be equal to 25.
IIT JAM 2021 question number 18. An upstream paper mill dumps effluents in a river. The total benefit and the total cost are as follows. This is the total benefit and the total cost to the mill. Okay, obviously the mill will only consider its own cost and not the environmental cost when it will profit maximize. So I can write down the profit of this mill as 120Q minus Q square minus only the total cost. So that gives me a quantity of 50. Whereas the socially optimal level of production is when I take into account the environmental cost also. So this profit equation gives me the socially optimal cost. Okay. So socially optimal quantity is equal to 25. So ideally, the mill owner should be induced to produce a quantity of 25. Now, how will I induce the person? I'll write a new profit equation, 120Q minus Q square minus 20Q minus the T amount of tax. So pi dash is equal to 120 minus 2Q minus 20 minus T is equal to 0. Socially optimal amount is 50. So 120 minus 20, therefore T is equal to 50. 2 into Q, Q is equal to 25, right? So just substitute that, you will get the value of T. 70, 50. C. IIT JAM 2021 question number 19. Which one of the following statement is not correct regarding changes in occupational structure of the workforce between 1951 and 1991? It's not correct. Okay? Tertiary sector proportion has increased, so it is correct. Proportion of those employed in the primary sector has decreased, correct. Proportion of agriculture labor has increased, that is also correct. Proportion of the cultivators has decreased because the primary sector as a whole has shrunk. It's not gone up. In fact, every year we see that the contribution of the primary sector to the GDP of the country is going down. So answer is A. IIT JAM 2021 question number 20. Let W be a subspace of the vector space R cube over the field R spanned by this. Okay, so R cube is spanned by only two vectors. Which one of the following vector lies in W? Basically, we need to find that option. We need to find that option which can be expressed as a linear combination of these two vectors. We need to find the option which can be expressed as a linear combination of these two vectors. Okay. Now, please tell me what is the answer here. Put your answer in the poll. I'm activating the poll. Please do it. So let's see what happens if I add these two vectors. If I add if I add 2 minus 2, 2. Okay. Now, which of these is in this format? If I divide this by 2, so basically half plus half this gives me option C. So this option C can be expressed as a linear combination of these two. Therefore, this option can be spanned by these two vectors. Okay.